Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again on this morning, early as always. Listen, this morning I was listening to the telly and I ran across a post. It was called The Greatest Sermon Ever Preached by S.M. Lockridge. The greatest sermon ever preached. Now, I'm thinking that I have heard no message delivered that could be any more powerful in relationship to truth than I have shared with you. And so when I hear something that says the greatest sermon ever preached, I naturally got to listen to that. Why? Because if it might be better than mine, and if it is, I want to know why and learn. So I stopped and I listened. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about God, I try to take it to the highest order, at least that I can identify with. I can see nothing no better. And when I deliver it, I want you to see the picture. But as I listen to this preacher, I mean, when the message that he delivered, he went really through the Bible and brought all of that good stuff out of there. And he delivered it in such a magnificent way. You know, the words he used, I mean, my vocabulary wouldn't even permit me to go in that territory. It was absolutely magnificent. I mean, I guess if I sit around and spent, I don't know. This guy just delivered this message. It was out of sight. If you want to hear a message that's out of sight, check it out. When I listened to it, it reminded me of the movie that we saw. It was called Black Panther. Folk, I don't know how you white folks felt about it, but black people, that was a magnificent movie. It said a message to black people that black people have always felt about themselves, but they never could actually accept it. But here's a movie that says, accept it, baby. You see it right here. If you see it, then you can be it. And black people just felt wonderful. Wonderful. I mean, I did. Wonderful above what I always feel every day. Just to know that this message had been delivered to all of us. But then after a while, you keep on thinking about the movie. The guy who played the leading role, well, he passes on, and life goes on. And just like that movie, I think about how well this message was preached. Fantastic. I I said that about the Black Panthers because I know how the Black Panthers meant. I know how they drew us. And so I'm saying that this message that I hear this preacher preached, the greatest sermon ever, it drew you. But like life, when the movie was over, when the story was told, life continued. And in life, as now as before, people didn't like one another. They don't trust one another. They don't care about one another. They exploit, they use, they abuse one another. They lie, they cheat, they steal. And the evidence do some God and some don't. Some will and some won't. Then people will kill anything that will move. They will use any resource they can get to empower themselves to be the toughest death bringer on the face of the earth. And all that was preached about God, all that was preached about Jesus Christ didn't mean a thing. But the message of basic human rights is consistent with the message of Black Panther, is consistent with the message of Jesus. Now, I know a lot of people today says there's so many lies going on. You see how lies spread. Until people say, how can you believe the stuff that happened in the Bible? How can you actually believe that? Well, to me, how can you not? This is what we all want. We know that life goes on based upon what we do. And like the movie, or like the story, or like the message, the scriptures, we do. We are in the position that we're in today because we listen to people who will kill us if we don't. That's bottom line. We are where we are today because we listen to people who will kill us if we don't. The whole message of God, the whole message of Jesus is to tell you that they don't own life. That's a facade. That stand up with the power of truth. And though it appears that they kill you, they actually open the door that you might live. And this, my friend, is something that comes by faith. Actually comes by faith. Because we look around us. Where is this happening at? People have created artificial intelligence as an expression of their disbelief in anything called God. That if there is a God, it is man. And man's creation, as man would call it, rather than just destroying humanity, is creating a new species, artificial intelligence, to replace humankind. That's what it's about. That's the bottom line. And we as humans have been led down this dark path all our lives. And faith to believe that though the earth was made by a power we can't see, by the belief and understanding that we exist by a power that we can't touch. And for us to believe that that power is able to keep us in righteousness by caring, by loving, when all we know is the opposite. Yes, it would take faith. And what is faith? Faith is the evidence of what? It is the substance of what? What is your evidence? This is a call for humankind to wake up, because right before our very eyes, evil is taking over with an intention of destroy the world and its people as it was created to be. The difference in those who represent God, those that have been forgiven and received, are those that have that faith. And that faith, my friend, is not something that you just cannot see to the other people. They see the evidence of your faith because you stand up for what is godly and divine and right in the midst of all the threats of death. You dare death to take you and free you from this hell. You dare it. Well, is that you? Nah, you still afraid. And as long as you're afraid, you're no good for anybody.